To improve your English accent, start by immersing yourself in the language as much as possible. Listen to native speakers through podcasts, movies, and audiobooks. Pay close attention to the rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation. Choose a specific accent you want to adopt, whether it's British, American, or another variation. To immerse yourself in English, surround yourself with the language in various forms. Start by watching movies and TV shows in English, choosing content that interests you. This not only helps you hear the accent but also exposes you to different contexts and conversational styles. Turn on subtitles to aid comprehension, gradually transitioning to watching without them as you become more confident. Listening to podcasts is another excellent way to immerse yourself. Find podcasts that discuss topics you enjoy, as this will keep you engaged. Pay attention to how the speakers articulate their words and the rhythm of their speech. Try to repeat phrases you find challenging, which reinforces pronunciation and intonation. Incorporate music into your routine as well. Listen to English songs and read the lyrics. Singing along can significantly improve your accent by helping you practice the sounds and flow of the language in a fun way. Consider joining online language communities or forums where you can engage in discussions. This not only provides practice but also connects you with others who share your learning goals. Reading books, articles, or even social media posts in English also contributes to immersion. Choose materials that match your interests and level of proficiency. As you read, focus on how words are pronounced and try reading aloud to practice your accent. Listening actively is essential for developing a strong English accent and enhancing overall language skills. This process goes beyond merely hearing words. It involves engaging with the language in a meaningful way. To truly harness the power of active listening, consider a variety of strategies that encompass different aspects of language learning. Start by selecting diverse audio materials. Choose podcasts, audiobooks, TED Talks, and news broadcasts featuring native speakers. It's beneficial to listen to different genres, including storytelling, interviews, and discussions on various topics. This exposure will not only familiarize you with different accents but also introduce you to various vocabularies, idiomatic expressions, and cultural references. When you listen, adopt a focused mindset. Minimize distractions by finding a quiet space where you can concentrate solely on the audio. Before you start, take a moment to set an intention. Are you focusing on pronunciation, intonation, or vocabulary? This will guide your attention and make your practice more effective. As you listen, break down the audio into manageable segments. Rather than trying to absorb an entire episode or chapter at once, listen to a few minutes at a time. Pause frequently to reflect on what you've heard. This allows you to digest the information and notice the subtleties in pronunciation and phrasing. To enhance your understanding, practice active engagement techniques. Take notes while listening, jotting down key phrases, new vocabulary, and interesting expressions. This not only helps reinforce what you hear but also provides a reference for later practice. After listening, review your notes and look up any unfamiliar words or phrases. Try to incorporate them into your speaking practice to solidify your understanding. Listening for specific elements can also improve your accent. Focus on intonation patterns, which refer to the rise and fall of pitch in speech. Pay attention to how native speakers emphasize certain words or phrases, which can alter meaning and convey emotions. Practicing these intonation patterns when you speak will enhance your expressiveness and make your speech sound more natural. Consider utilizing the technique of shadowing. This involves listening to a short audio segment and immediately repeating it aloud. Try to mimic the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation as closely as possible. Shadowing is an excellent way to train your mouth to produce the sounds of English accurately. You can start with slower-paced audio and gradually increase the speed as you become more comfortable. Engage with the material beyond passive listening. After you've listened, summarize the content either verbally or in writing. This exercise forces you to process the information and reinforces both comprehension and retention. Summarizing also provides an opportunity to practice speaking, allowing you to articulate your thoughts clearly. Discussing what you've listened to with others can further enhance your learning. If you have language partners or friends who are also interested in improving their English, create a small discussion group. Share insights from your listening sessions, ask questions, and practice speaking about the topics. This interaction not only solidifies your understanding but also improves your conversational skills. To deepen your engagement, try to visualize the content while you listen. Create mental images of the scenes or concepts being discussed. This technique can help you remember details better and connect more personally with the material. Lastly, make listening a regular part of your daily routine. Set aside dedicated time for active listening each day. Consistency is key in language learning, and over time, you'll find that your ability to comprehend spoken English improves significantly. As your listening skills develop, so too will your ability to mimic accents and express yourself more fluently. By embracing active listening as a fundamental part of your language practice, you will not only enhance your English accent but also gain a deeper understanding of the language itself. This holistic approach will make your learning experience more enriching and enjoyable. Choosing an accent is a pivotal decision in your English language learning journey, as it shapes how you communicate and connect with others. This process involves several thoughtful considerations that can greatly enhance your speaking skills and overall confidence. To begin, immerse yourself in the variety of English accents available worldwide. English is a global language, spoken in many countries, each with its own distinct accent. Explore British accents, such as received pronunciation, Cockney, and Scouse, as well as American accents like Southern, Midwestern, and New York. Don't overlook accents from other English-speaking countries, like Australian, Canadian, and South African. Each accent has its unique phonetic characteristics, intonation patterns, and cultural significance. Spend time actively listening to speakers from these regions through various media. Watching films and television shows, listening to podcasts, and tuning into radio broadcasts can help you absorb the sounds and rhythms of different accents. Take notes on how certain words are pronounced, where emphasis is placed, and the overall musicality of the speech. Pay attention to the emotional and cultural nuances conveyed through these accents, as they can influence the way messages are perceived. Next, reflect on your personal goals and motivations for learning English. Your reasons for learning the language can play a significant role in determining which accent to adopt. If your primary objective is to work in a specific English-speaking country, Aligning your accent with that region's can facilitate smoother communication and integration. For instance, if you're planning to move to the United States for a job, practicing an American accent may help you adapt to the workplace culture more easily. Consider the contexts in which you will be using English. Different accents can carry distinct connotations and implications. For example, a British accent might be perceived as more formal or authoritative, while an Australian accent may come across as friendly and relaxed. Understanding these social perceptions can guide you in choosing an accent that aligns with your communication style and the impressions you wish to create. Once you've made a choice, it's important to delve into the specific features of the accent. Each accent has distinct phonetic elements, including vowel and consonant sounds that may differ significantly from your native language. Use online resources, pronunciation guides, and language learning apps that focus on your chosen accent. Break down the sounds into manageable parts, practicing them individually before incorporating them into your speech. To reinforce your learning, engage with native speakers who can provide valuable insights and feedback. Language exchange programs, conversation clubs, or online platforms can connect you with individuals who are fluent in the accent you're pursuing. This direct interaction allows you to practice speaking in real time and receive constructive feedback on your pronunciation. Don't hesitate to ask your conversation partners to repeat phrases or model specific sounds for you. Listening to real-life conversations is also a powerful tool for mastering your chosen accent. Identify content that features the accent prominently, such as interviews, documentaries, or news segments. As you listen, focus on how speakers articulate their words and phrases. Try shadowing these speakers by repeating what they say immediately after hearing it. This technique helps you internalize the accent's rhythm and flow, making it easier to reproduce when you speak. Be aware of the challenges that come with learning a new accent. It's common for learners to revert to their native accent when they feel comfortable or when they are not consciously focused on pronunciation. To counter this tendency, practice self-awareness. Regularly record yourself speaking, whether it's reading aloud or discussing a topic, and listen back to identify any lingering traces of your original accent. Focus on those specific sounds that need improvement, and dedicate time to practicing them until they feel more natural. Maintain a mindset of patience and persistence. Developing a new accent is a gradual process that requires consistent practice and dedication. Set realistic goals for yourself, such as mastering specific sounds or phrases each week. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, as this will keep you motivated and engaged in your learning journey. Incorporate a variety of practice techniques into your routine. For instance, create a daily practice plan that includes listening, speaking, and shadowing exercises. Mix in different types of content to keep your practice engaging and diverse. Experiment with role-playing scenarios or recording dialogues to simulate real-life conversations. The more you practice, the more comfortable and confident you will become in your chosen accent. Lastly, embrace your unique identity throughout this process. While working on your accent, remember that your voice and style are part of what makes you who you are. An accent is just one aspect of communication. Your message, emotions, and intentions are equally important. As you improve your accent, focus on authentic expression, allowing your personality to shine through in your speech. By thoughtfully choosing an accent and committing to regular practice, you will not only enhance your English speaking skills but also build deeper connections with others. This focused approach will empower you to navigate various English-speaking environments with greater ease and confidence, ultimately enriching your overall language learning experience. Practicing speaking is an essential pillar of language learning, particularly when it comes to mastering English and refining your accent. Engaging in consistent speaking practice not only improves your pronunciation but also enhances your overall communication skills, boosts your confidence, and helps you internalize the language. To fully leverage the benefits of speaking practice, consider a multifaceted approach that encompasses various strategies, activities, and mindsets. Begin by establishing clear, achievable goals for your speaking practice. Identifying specific areas for improvement will provide direction and motivation. For instance, you might want to focus on particular sounds that are challenging for you, such as the th sound in think or the difference between ship and sheep. You might also aim to expand your vocabulary or improve your fluency by speaking without pauses. Setting measurable goals, like being able to speak for 5 minutes about a topic without hesitation, can help you track your progress and stay motivated. One effective way to practice speaking is through reading aloud. Choose a variety of texts that interest you: books, articles, poetry, or even scripts from movies or plays. As you read, pay attention to your pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. This exercise allows you to experiment with the musicality of the language and helps solidify your understanding of sentence structure. Recording yourself while reading can provide valuable insights. Listening back enables you to hear areas where you excel and where you might need improvement. Consider reading materials that also challenge your comprehension to help you learn new vocabulary and phrases in context. Conversing with others is perhaps the most impactful way to practice speaking. If you have friends, classmates, or language partners who are also learning English, schedule regular conversation sessions. Engaging in real-time discussions not only helps you practice speaking but also allows you to receive immediate feedback on your pronunciation and fluency. If you don't have access to English speakers in person, explore online platforms and language exchange websites where you can connect with native speakers. These exchanges are often mutually beneficial, as you can offer to help them learn your native language while they assist you with English. In addition to casual conversation, consider engaging in structured speaking activities. Joining a public speaking group or a debate club can provide a formal setting for practicing your skills. These environments often involve giving presentations, participating in discussions, and receiving constructive feedback from peers. Not only do these experiences help you practice speaking in front of others, but they also teach you how to articulate your thoughts clearly and confidently. The skills you develop in these settings will translate into improved everyday conversations. Role-playing can also be an effective technique for practicing speaking. Create scenarios that mimic real-life situations such as ordering food at a restaurant, making a phone call, or participating in a job interview. This practice helps you become familiar with common phrases, vocabulary, and conversational structures relevant to those contexts. You can do this alone by scripting dialogues or with a partner, taking turns playing different roles. This method not only builds confidence but also prepares you for situations you may encounter in real life. Another powerful technique for improving pronunciation and intonation is shadowing. Select short audio clips featuring native speakers. This could be from interviews, podcasts, or movies, and listen carefully to their speech. Then, immediately repeat what you hear, trying to match the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and emphasis. Shadowing helps train your ear to the sounds of English and encourages muscle memory for producing those sounds. Start with slower-paced audio and gradually work your way up to faster speech as your skills improve. Incorporating technology into your speaking practice can also be beneficial. Many language learning apps offer interactive speaking exercises, enabling you to practice pronunciation and receive instant feedback. Some apps even include speech recognition technology that assesses your pronunciation accuracy. Incorporating these tools into your daily routine can provide a structured approach to improving your speaking skills while making the process enjoyable and engaging. Don't underestimate the value of spontaneous speaking practice. Challenge yourself to describe your day, articulate your thoughts on current events, or narrate your experiences aloud, even when you're alone. This practice encourages you to think in English and helps you become more comfortable expressing your ideas without hesitation. You can also try thinking aloud while performing daily tasks, narrating what you are doing or planning to do, which helps reinforce vocabulary and phrasing. As you engage in speaking practice, be sure to focus on expanding your vocabulary. Make a habit of noting down new words and phrases you encounter, along with their meanings and usage examples. Incorporate these new terms into your speaking practice to reinforce your learning. Creating a vocabulary journal can help you track your progress and serve as a reference when you need to refresh your memory. Self-reflection is another critical aspect of effective speaking practice. After each speaking session, take a moment to evaluate your performance. Consider what went well and what could be improved. If possible, seek feedback from conversation partners or language exchange friends to gain insights into areas that may need more focus. This reflective practice helps you stay accountable and allows for continuous improvement. Finally, it's important to cultivate a mindset of patience and resilience. Developing a new accent and improving your speaking skills takes time, and it's common to face challenges along the way. Embrace the learning process and remember that making mistakes is a natural part of language acquisition. Instead of feeling discouraged, view mistakes as opportunities for growth. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remain motivated by the knowledge that regular practice will lead to improvement. By committing to a comprehensive approach to practicing speaking, you'll not only enhance your English language skills but also develop the confidence to communicate effectively in a variety of situations. This commitment to speaking practice will empower you to navigate English-speaking environments with greater ease, ultimately enriching your language learning experience and broadening your opportunities for connection and expression. Using shadowing techniques to improve your English speaking skills and accent is a highly effective method that immerses you in the sounds, rhythms, and nuances of the language. This technique involves listening to native speakers and simultaneously repeating what they say, allowing you to mimic their pronunciation, intonation, and speech patterns. By consistently practicing this approach, you can significantly enhance your fluency and develop a more authentic accent. Here's an in-depth exploration of how to effectively implement shadowing techniques in your language learning journey. To begin, selecting the right audio material is crucial. Choose content that interests you and is relevant to your goals. This could range from podcasts and audiobooks to news segments, movie clips, or even YouTube videos featuring native speakers. When selecting audio, ensure that it features clear and articulate speech. You may want to focus on specific genres that resonate with you, whether it's conversational dialogue, storytelling, or professional discourse, because engaging with topics that interest you will make the practice more enjoyable and effective. Once you've chosen your audio, spend some time listening to it without attempting to repeat anything. This initial listening phase is essential for understanding the context, tone, and overall message. Take notes on new vocabulary or phrases, and observe how the speaker articulates different sounds. This preparatory step not only familiarizes you with the content but also allows you to notice key patterns in pronunciation and intonation that you can later replicate. After your first listen, break the audio into manageable segments. Focusing on shorter clips, ideally, just a few sentences or a minute of speech, makes the shadowing process more approachable and less overwhelming. This allows you to concentrate on the details and gradually build your confidence. For example, if you're working with a podcast, select a segment that encapsulates a complete thought or idea. When you're ready to start shadowing, play the audio and begin to repeat what you hear simultaneously. Your goal is to closely match the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and emotional tone. This may feel challenging at first, but with practice, you'll find it easier to align your speech with theirs. If the speaker talks quickly, consider using playback speed features available on many platforms to slow down the audio initially. This allows you to keep up with the speech while absorbing the sounds and patterns more effectively. During your shadowing practice, focus on various aspects of speech. Pay particular attention to the pronunciation of specific sounds, the stress on certain words, and the overall rhythm of the sentences. For instance, notice how native speakers emphasize certain syllables or how their pitch rises and falls during different parts of their sentences. Being mindful of these subtleties will help you develop a more natural-sounding accent over time. It can also be beneficial to watch the speaker's mouth movements if you have access to video. Observing how they articulate sounds can guide your own pronunciation. Incorporating a variety of audio sources can enhance your shadowing practice. Each speaker will have their unique style, and exposing yourself to different accents, dialects, and speech patterns will improve your adaptability in real-life conversations. For instance, you might shadow a British news anchor one day and a Southern American speaker the next. This diversity will not only keep your practice fresh and engaging but will also prepare you to navigate various English-speaking environments. After completing your shadowing sessions, take time to reflect on your practice. Recording yourself as you shadow allows you to compare your pronunciation and fluency with the original audio. Listening to your recordings can help you identify specific areas for improvement, such as pronunciation errors or awkward pauses. Pay attention to your own intonation and rhythm compared to the speaker, and make note of any discrepancies. This self-assessment process is invaluable for tracking your progress and pinpointing what you need to work on. To further enhance your learning, incorporate additional exercises alongside shadowing. For example, after shadowing a segment, summarize the main points of what you've heard, either verbally or in writing. This exercise reinforces comprehension and encourages you to use the new vocabulary and expressions you've encountered. Discussing the topic with a language partner or even thinking aloud about it can also help solidify your understanding and provide additional speaking practice. You can easily integrate shadowing into your daily routine. Use moments of downtime during commutes, while exercising, or cooking to engage in shadowing practice. Consistency is key to mastering this technique, so aim for short, focused sessions rather than infrequent, lengthy practices. Even dedicating 10-15 minutes daily can lead to significant improvements over time. As you become more comfortable with shadowing, gradually increase the difficulty of the audio you select. Transition from simpler materials, like children's shows or slower-paced podcasts, to more complex content, such as academic lectures or fast-paced discussions. This progression not only challenges you but also broadens your linguistic range and comprehension skills. Maintaining a positive mindset is essential throughout your shadowing practice. Developing an accent and improving pronunciation is a gradual process that requires patience and persistence. Allow yourself to make mistakes, as they are integral to the learning experience. Instead of feeling discouraged, view challenges as opportunities for growth. Celebrate small milestones, such as mastering a difficult sound or improving your fluency, to keep your motivation high. Additionally, consider sharing your shadowing journey with others. Join online communities or social media groups focused on language learning, where you can share your experiences, seek advice, and find support. Engaging with others who are on similar paths can provide encouragement and motivation, making your practice feel less solitary. Finally, remember that shadowing is not just about imitation, it's also about internalizing the language. As you practice, allow the rhythm and flow of English to become a part of your speech. The more you immerse yourself in the sounds and structures of the language, the more natural your speaking will become. Over time, you'll find yourself not only improving your accent but also enhancing your overall fluency and confidence in using English. By incorporating shadowing techniques into your language learning routine, you'll create a dynamic and effective approach to improving your English speaking skills. This method fosters a deeper understanding of pronunciation and intonation while providing a rich, immersive experience that enhances your ability to communicate authentically. With dedication and practice, you'll be well on your way to speaking English with greater confidence and clarity, ready to engage in conversations and express your thoughts more freely. Focusing on difficult aspects of language learning, especially when it comes to improving your English accent and speaking skills, is a strategic approach that can lead to significant progress. Every learner encounters specific challenges, whether they involve particular sounds, intonation patterns, or grammar structures. By identifying and prioritizing these areas, you can create a targeted practice plan that effectively addresses your unique needs. Here's a comprehensive exploration of how to focus on difficult aspects of your English language journey. Start by identifying the specific elements that challenge you the most. This could include sounds that do not exist in your native language, like the th sounds in think and this, or vowel distinctions that may be subtle yet crucial, such as the difference between ship and sheep. Take note of any words or phrases that you consistently mispronounce or find difficult to articulate. This self-assessment will help you pinpoint your focal areas and enable you to create a tailored practice regimen. Once you've identified your challenges, break them down into manageable parts. For instance, if you struggle with specific consonant sounds, concentrate on those sounds individually, Dedicate time to practicing the articulation of each sound in isolation, using minimal pairs to highlight differences. For example, practice pairs like pat and bat to understand the distinction between the P and B sounds. This focused practice will help you build muscle memory and improve your overall pronunciation. Incorporating targeted exercises into your practice routine can also be beneficial. Use resources like pronunciation guides, language learning apps, or online tutorials that specifically address the sounds or structures you find challenging. These tools often include interactive exercises that allow you to practice in a structured manner. Consider working with phonetic charts that illustrate how different sounds are produced, helping you understand the mechanics of your mouth and tongue during pronunciation. Listening to native speakers is another effective strategy for tackling difficult sounds. Choose audio materials that emphasize the specific sounds you want to master. As you listen, pay attention to how speakers articulate these sounds in context. Shadowing techniques can be particularly useful here. By mimicking native speakers, you can develop a more natural pronunciation and gain a better understanding of how those sounds fit within the flow of speech. Regularly recording yourself can provide valuable insights into your progress. After practicing difficult sounds or phrases, take a moment to record your voice. Listening back allows you to identify areas where you still struggle and compare your pronunciation to that of native speakers. This self-assessment can be motivating, as it helps you track improvements over time while also revealing persistent challenges that need further attention. Engaging in conversation with native speakers or language partners is another effective way to focus on difficult aspects of your speech. Seek out opportunities for real-time practice, where you can receive immediate feedback. During these interactions, don't hesitate to ask for clarification or correction when you struggle with a particular sound or phrase. This kind of responsive practice allows you to learn in a supportive environment and reinforces your understanding of the language. In addition to one-on-one conversations, consider participating in group discussions or language exchange events. These settings not only provide practice opportunities but also expose you to various speaking styles and accents, which can help you understand the broader context of pronunciation. Engaging in discussions on topics you find challenging will allow you to practice using specific vocabulary and structures while also receiving feedback on your performance. To enhance your learning further, create specific practice drills that focus solely on your difficult areas. For instance, if you find certain consonant clusters challenging, dedicate a say,